Hello, I am doing this video for Sam Kearns because after a discussion with Sam Kearns, he wanted to know how to make hash browns. Now, it's 9:15. I have my morning coffee. I also have no way of editing this video, so this is all going to be done in one take, okay? Also, because I don't have the right equipment or space, I'm having to do this on my phone with limited angles. So if I stand up properly, I look like I'm doing binging with Babish. So I'm going to be down here for the majority of the time. Now, to begin with making a hash brown, it's very simple. All you'll need is a potato. One potato if you're doing it for you, maybe more potatoes if you want to make more hash browns. But I find that one potato equals one person. What you want to do is you want to wash your potato and get rid of any of the little roots that are starting to appear. If it's an old potato. This isn't a particularly good potato. I have an abundance of potatoes that I am using for several random meals. It's a little bit squishy, but it's still good. So I don't know, maybe Maris Pipers might be good potatoes for, because they're like good for roasting. Maybe, I don't know. I'd have to have a look into it. Now, to make your hash browns, what you're gonna need is a chopping board or a clean work surface, depending on how you feel. A grater with the bottom taken out, so instead of getting it everywhere, it goes on the chopping board. And I find the best thing to do is 2 bowls. What we'll do is we'll move these bowls away for a minute. Now, I'm right-handed, so I find it easier to do this with my right hand. What you want to do is you'll want to take a firm grasp of your grater and stick your potato onto said grater and start grating. And this can take a while. I like to turn it round. Yes, little man. What's that? Yeah, okay. Is that a tractor? Oh, okay. Oscar's decided to play with his toys in the kitchen, which I really don't like because he leaves them in the kitchen and then I fall on them. And when I've got very hot cooking stuff, it can lead to incidents. But he appears to have taken his toy, which is good. But there's another toy right here, right down here. Now, like I said, this can take a while, and it can get messy. What you want to do is you want to grate pretty much the entirety of the potato, minding your hand. I have done this before where I have taken a chunk out of my wrist because I got too close to the sun. A little bit like Icarus. And once you're pretty satisfied, I say that's enough. That's left over, so we'll put that in the mix. Now, obviously, if you are more concerned with the environment or like to boast to your friends, you can put that in a compost bin. But I don't have one of those. So, now that we're done, we can see the finished grated product. See, it's quite a lot of potato for one potato, as you can see. Which is why I find, I'll move that here, my coffee, which is why I find one potato usually does the job quite well. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to get all of this potato into the first bowl. And just for a second, we're going to turn on the hob to a medium-high heat. Doesn't have to be super high. You don't want to burn your hash brown, so to speak. And we'll let that start to heat up for a minute. Now, whilst we're waiting, we've got both our bowls. What I'm going to do, so I'm just going to get some spices, nothing too extreme. I've just got some garlic granules, some onion granules, and some paprika. I'm just leaving that here for a second. See what I mean? I've got to keep bending down. Still have a coffee. Do like coffee. I've found as I've become a dad, over the years, I consume more coffee in the morning. So it used to be 1 cup every week. I used to say at work, no thanks, I don't drink brews. Now, I have in the morning about 3 cups of coffee when I wake up. So this is cup number 1. Right. We're also going to need some salt. Now, this is just some classic Aldi, or Tesco's in this case, British table salt. You can get sea salt if you want. I don't think it really makes a huge difference, to be honest. Maybe for taste. I'm not. My palate isn't that refined. Yours might be, Sam. I don't know. So, we're going to get a bowl. There's 2 ways you can do this. This is actually 3 ways you can do this. You can do this way, which I'm about to show you, which is to squeeze, as you can see, all the moisture out of the potato. You can do this in batches. You might find it easier. And you want to try and get as much moisture out of this potato as you can. Now you can do this in a bowl, in 2 bowls maybe, or if you're feeling super dangerous, maybe even 1 bowl. You could probably do this with a sieve. And I think that's about it. You could do this with a sieve and a bowl, which is to sort of push all the moisture out. I don't know, I don't like that method. Or you can do salt. You can salt it. Leave it for a little bit, depending on how long you've got, and most of the moisture will actually seep out at the bottom. Then you can just move the bowl. The one thing with squeezy is to get potato all over your hands. So, washing our hands, important factor. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Drying. Another important factor. And I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that's all the moisture. Oh, you might not be able to see that. If I tilt the camera down. You can see, oh, there's my vape. You can see all the moisture just from that one potato. Gotta readjust my horrible, horrible teeth because I am a smoker. Well, vapor, but my teeth haven't done well for that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to pour a little bit of salt in. A little bit. Some garlic granules, depending on what you like. Some onion granules, because garlic and onion make pretty much every dish taste amazing. And if you can hear what appears to be a train in the distance, that's actually my son's favourite toy, which he will put on continuously. And I've just sort of blurred it into one big noise. Now, you got that all? What you want to do is just mix it up. Just mix it. Just do a little bit of mixing. Just get the mix. And just mix it up. Once you're happy with the mix, I'm quite happy. I mean, the great thing about paprika is, obviously, the more it spreads, the colour seems to just sort of go in all over the place. So, right. Now we get to the fun bit. The cooking. Or in my case, the bit that usually, can't say that. Don't want to get demonetized, do I? The bit that usually screws up the most. I'm going to switch this. Can I switch this camera in? I can't, but I can take a picture. Oh, no, that pauses it. Okay. Actually, that would have made a lot more sense. I could just pause and learn things every day. About a phone you've owned for about a year. Now, I can't flip the camera around, apparently, once I start. So I'm going to have to do this over here. Can I do this here? Okay. Yeah, I'll have to do it like this. Right. Get a spray, or... I like the spray, it works quite well. You just just spray the whole whole pan, or you can do the classic olive oil or vegetable oil if you're feeling like frying something, or or butter for a little bit extra taste, or you can do a bit of butter and olive oil so you don't burn the butter. Anyway, what you want to do is you want to get your entire contents and haha! Now, what you want to do, just sort of move it around. Just get it moving. Just get it moving around. Yeah? Not too much. Don't have to do it too much. And put it back in the middle. Make a nice little cylinder. Push it out again. Try and keep it as a 1. As 1! And because I've just learnt about the pause function of this camera, I'm going to pause whilst this cooks until I'm happy. I give it 2-3 minutes max. Okay. Right, and now we're back. Now, might have left it a little too long. We'll find out. So what we're going to need next is 2 plates. And this is a trick I found, that if you're not too comfortable with using a spatula, or the hash brown's too big, maybe, this technique works quite well. So what I'll try and do is I'll try and angle you. Probably here is probably best. So, get your first plate. Stick it on top of your pan, if you can, and flip. And with any luck, yeah, it should come off as a 1er. As you can see there, that's the 1. Now, again, getting your other pan, maybe move this back into the centre, getting your other pan, flip it over again. That'll leave the undone side again. And again, moving it back to the middle. This is where it gets a little bit tricky if you put down any spray. Or you can leave it. I'm going to put down some spray just to make sure it doesn't stick. If you are going to do this technique, don't put olive oil like I've done and then try and put it on, because then the olive oil goes everywhere. So, if I can, my hands are tiny, put it on, flip it over, carefully remove the Hopefully you haven't bought a pot or haven't used a frying pan that's bigger. There we go. What would you like for breakfast, darling?
Cereal. Chocolate cereal.
You want chocolate cereal?
Yeah.
Alright. Pink bowl?
Pink bowl.
Alright. You get me the chocolate cereal. Thank you.
I'm the pink bowl.
You are a pink bowl.
I'm the pink bowl. Why are you doing a video?
I'm doing a video for Daddy's friend Sam, who you met once. Can you put it back? Ah, what's that?
It's my doll.
Oh, okay.
You met her before.
I have met her before.
His friends are off to holiday.
Her friends are off on holiday. Do you want your cereal?
I just want you to bring it in the living room.
I'm not bringing it to the living room. You're a big girl. There you go. What'd you say?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Right, now back to the action. Didn't pause because, you know, real life, RL. So, as you can see here, probably could have done with just a little bit less time, but it will still be good. It'll still be nice and crunchy. So, once you're ready, you're going to want to... I think that's been long enough. Put it onto a pan. Now you can check the bottom if you want. Try to keep the structural integrity of it. Probably could do with a little bit longer, but I'm going to leave it. And one little thing you can do. Hey, buddy. What would you like for breakfast? Hey! Let go. What would you like for breakfast? Cereal or toast?
Toast.
I'll make you some toast. Go live in the living room and I'm going to make you some toast. One thing you can do, I like, or I find Sam likes, is actually do a little poached egg on top. I am terrible with poached eggs. And I don't have time to explain how to do a proper poached egg, because this video is already very long. But what you'll get at the end is a finished product.